Understanding one's past gives them the power to liberate their minds. You see, that's one of the only things that continue to hold us back as a community. Once black and brown come together and unite, we'll be unstoppable. And that's what scares our oppressor. That's why we don't know our history. How many of y'all were taught your history in high school? Raise your hand. I saw a few people of color, all white people raise their hands. And that's a problem, right? We see it at UNC, we see it in our Greeley high schools down here. And that's how the US education system works. They don't value teaching their students of color. They value money and standardized tests. But since they get a low wage, it doesn't matter what they actually teach. What society continues to dismiss is that black and brown have a history together. And that history is very powerful. What society forgets to tell us is that we gotta come together. I was gonna read a bunch of facts and a bunch of dates, but I don't want to do that to y'all because no one's gonna remember. But what society doesn't want to tell us is that Harriet Tubman was one of the powerfulest leaders of all time, right? She was crazy. She put that work in. And what she actually did that most people don't know is one of her routes actually led to Mexico. And that brought 5,000 to 10,000, African Americans down to Mexico, which has also turned into 2 million today, right? What society doesn't want to tell us is that during the Fugitive Slave Act, you had to have documentation or you get, taken back. But what do Mexicans have today in the US? Right? We have to have documentation. And that's where we see kids in cages, right? That's where we see Trump building his $1 trillion border. And until we as black and brown people come together, none of that stuff is going to stop. So that's why we formed this group. And I was just giving y'all kind of a mini introduction. Everybody in this group has different minds and we all think differently. So I'm going to pass it on to Katila. She's going to hit y'all with some knowledge.
Hello everybody, my name is Katila Oshindero and I'm a third-year chemistry major at UNC. And today I'm going to be talking about my experience as a black woman in 2020 because oftentimes black women are told to be peaceful and polite and quiet, and their opinions have been pushed out of the way for a long time. And I think a lot of us saw that with Breonna Taylor's murder, how she didn't get traction until just now. And her murderers, are still alive, and people are turning it into memes now. So I feel like it's very important to speak as a black woman. So, first of all, allow me to reintroduce myself as Katila, the angry black woman. If you couldn't tell by my bright eyes or warm smile or the dead giveaway, my brown skin and nappy hair. And let me clarify my title. I'm not actually an angry black woman. I'm pissed off and fed up. Pissed off because my black and brown brothers and sisters are being lynched in 2020. Because I'm coming to a protest with a mouthful of skeletons asking for justice. Because I give you a dead man's body and you paint Black Lives Matter on the street. Because apparently my people look nothing like your Aryan Jesus but are the first ones to meet him. Pissed off because if I were hit with your bullets, I might be lucky enough to make it to my trial. Because as black men, my father's eulogy is my brother's eulogy and my unborn son's eulogy. Fed up because somebody's grandma is out there having nightmares of abuse and the news praying for the Alzheimer's to kick in. Because black women are the most disrespected people, even though the last time I heard somebody splitting themselves into three, it was the Holy Trinity. I'm pissed because the same way that Jesus smiled on the cross is the same way that Elijah McClain said to his murderers, "You all are phenomenal, you're beautiful, and I love you," before they murdered him. Because I'm yelling, protect our people at all costs, legally and responsibly, but Philando Castile taught us that legality of owning firearms is based on your skin color. Fed up because I'm telling Black people to take care of themselves and stay healthy, but Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery taught us that sleep and cardio are deadly. And statistically, if the bullet doesn't get you, COVID will. Pissed off because you flinched when I mentioned the Black Panther Party and asked where to sign up for free lunch. But you have the nerve to tell me that if Black people worked hard, we would be as successful as you. And as if you didn't tear down everything that we have worked for. Pissed off because being a Black woman means surviving the white man's noose, the racism of the medical system, but the Black man's hearts and fists too. Because my sisters are only attractive with thick hips, flat tummies, long hair, and light skin. Fed up because the only dark-skinned women that are respected have to be covered in oil and foreign. Because our brothers are retweeting protect Black women just as much as they disrespect us, and I'm calling it out. Oh, yeah. Tired of playing my part in the revolution as a strong Black woman to hold a man up. And pissed off because my brown brothers and sisters and I are having to take turns fighting for our lives. Because you're asking me just to get over slavery, like my brothers aren't making pennies a day working in prison. And fed up because they're criminalized for the same thing that we all smoke so freely. Because no one is thanking Vanessa Gideon for her service. And she straight up died for the country. And just straight up pissed off about gentrification. And all the way fed up about how much courage it took to tell you why I'm angry as a Black woman. And you didn't even get to see me lose my temper. So even through all of the anger, don't forget to celebrate and be happy, because Black joy during a time like this is a radical act of defiance. And thank you all so much, you two guys. But I also want to say that as a community, not even just Black people, but as the Greeley community, everybody that's here supporting the movement, we need to do better. We need to be out here not only at protests, but supporting Black businesses, investing in our children's education, mentoring our youth, investing in properties, lands, owning things, investing in firearms to protect our community, legally and responsibly, much as you can. But we need to do better as people and actually take real action. Invest in the community, invest in the movement, and don't let it lose traction. That's all. Here's Harvey.
Holla, holla, holla. What's good, y'all? How we living? Oh, my bad. I'll speak monotone since y'all want to give me monotone as response. How we living? That's all I can hear. That's all I can hear. All right, so I'm going to give y'all two poems. One I wrote, and then one by Langston Hughes. The first one I wrote is called Different. It is based off of Elijah McClain's Last Moments, and just inspired by his last moments. Different. I like my middle of night walks, whether it's with the homies and we talk, or by myself listening to my new favorite song. But how could this be so wrong? I enjoy the fresh air and empty streets, clearing my head before I go to sleep, walking by, passing each and every block. How does that make me a foe? I love chopping it up with Tony from Sev, pulling up at 3 a.m. in the store hella dead. I just cop some candy, my sweet tooth finna love. But does that make that enough? To be walking back home from getting a snack, I can't imagine out of nowhere getting attacked. He said to them, I can't breathe. I have my ID right here. How it get to hell from bliss. How I was high on life, now fell to this. Just a second ago, I was visualizing the sweet chocolate melting in my mouth while watching some Netflix. Now he pleading, officer, my name is, Sounding like your favorite white rapper. I'm more of a Twix guy, but I guess an M would still make me happy. I'm still trying to figure this out. They bodies pressed up against his dome, he continued to plead, "That's my house. I was just going home." Crazy how they can jump to conclusions, that's a high vert, but we being extra. I'm an introvert. I'm just different, that's all. I'm so sorry. I don't have a gun. I don't do that stuff. I don't do any fighting. Why are you attacking me? I don't eat meat. I don't judge people. I don't judge people who do eat meat. Forgive me, he said. Asking for forgiveness for what? For being different? For the melanin in his skin? For having to rephrase, "Nah, I'm saying," to, "You know what I'm saying?" But do you know what I'm saying? All I was trying to do was become better. I'll do it. You all are phenomenal. You are beautiful and I love you. Try to forgive me, he said. I go over his final words over and over and it brings me to tears. Selfishly, I still make my nightly walks, even with fear. Weird, huh? Is that a synonym to different? Because that's how I describe myself. Talk amongst men of color and their mental health. That's different. Talk about people's homophobia. That's not appropriate. That's a slant rhyme. That's different. Talk about African American vernacular English. Nah, I'm saying. That's different. How being different a bad thing? I don't know. I'm just different. I'm not sorry. Thank y'all. This next one is by Langston Hughes. He is from the Harlem Renaissance era over there, from the 20s and 30s and stuff. This one is called Aim for English B. The instructor said, "Go home and write a page tonight, and let that page come out of you. Then it will be true." I wonder if it's that simple. I am 22, colored, born in Winston-Salem. I went to school there, then Durham, then here to this college on the hill above Harlem. I am the only colored student in my class. The steps from the hill lead down into Harlem, through a park. Then I cross St. Nicholas, 8th Avenue, 7th, and I come to the Y, the Harlem Branch Y, where I take the elevator up to my room, sit down, and write this page. It's not easy to know what it is true for you or me. At age 22, my age. But I guess I'm what I feel and see and hear. Harlem, I hear you. Hear you, hear me, we too, you, me, talk on this page. I hear New York too. Me? Who? Well, I like to eat, sleep, drink, and be in love. I like to work, read, learn, and understand life. I like a pipe for a Christmas present, or records, Bessie, Bach. I guess being colored doesn't make me not like the same things other folks like who are other races. So will my page be colored that I write? Being me, it will not be white. But it will be a part of you, instructor. You are white, yet a part of me is I am a part of you. That's American. Sometimes perhaps you don't want to be a part of me, nor do I often want to be a part of you. But we are. That's true. As I learn from you, I guess you learn from me. Although you're older and white and somewhat more free. This is my page for English Beat. Thank you all so much. Next up we got Brenda.
One more round of applause for Annabelle. That was amazing. So I'm just really thankful that y'all showed up, that there's a crowd today, and that people are willing to fight for the rights of everybody else, because ultimately, like, I look in the crowd, and I've looked in the crowds of all the protests lately, and it's white people here, and it's our allies, and it's, we have our brown and black folk, but like, you guys are out here, and you're working hard, so thanks for being out here. I come from a family of immigrants. Both my parents immigrated here from Mexico, and from a young age, they always told me, education would be my way out in life. They always told me that was my only chance against, this country who obviously didn't want me here, and they always encouraged me to fight for other people. So that's why I'm here. That's why we organized this, and that's why we wanted to do something big for the community, because Greeley is a very diverse community. I think a lot of people get it twisted, and they think that it's a very conservative town, which it is, but it's also very diverse. I think it's over 40% brown, Latino, and you see it if you take a moment to go to the east side. I think a lot of the community over here on the west side always tells you, don't cross those railroad tracks, don't go on the other side. Like, that's where all the gangs are, and that's where all the violence is. And I just want to say that that's not true. That's where our communities live. That's where we grow, and that's where we plant our seeds. And I haven't been in Greeley too long. I'm from Denver, but I'm like amazed to see how this community can come together in times of oppression like this. But yeah, I challenge everybody to get involved, to get political. You might say like, oh, politics aren't for me, but they are. They can't not just be for you. And it angers me because my whole life is revolved around politics. My entire being. I'm a woman, I'm Latina, my parents are immigrants. Everything I do is political. Everything about me is political. So it's not fair for people to say, oh, I'm just not political. Oh, I just don't want to speak up. Or I don't like challenging the system. I challenge you to challenge the system every day, to fight issues, and to speak out against injustices. Because we're tired, we're exhausted. Like Enrique said, we don't eat, sometimes we don't sleep. We're also students. I have professors all the time that tell me, get your homework done, read these 90 pages in 2 days. And I'm like, I work 2 jobs, 40-hour weeks, more than 40-hour weeks sometimes. And on top of that, have to drive to Denver every other week to see my family, and have to be involved in the community too. So it's exhausting to be a person of color. It's exhausting to not have rights, and have to fight for that every day. So I challenge you all to get up and start speaking about the injustices. And I challenge you all to do your research and not count on us to educate you. It's not our job to educate you about what's going on in the world. It's your job. And yeah, I think I was really lucky from a young age. My parents taught me about politics. My parents were loud, and they were proud. And we'd have dinners constantly and talk about what was going on. And so I was politicized at a very young age. But I have friends who it took them coming to college to become politicized. And then they get all pent up and they get this anger, and they're like, oh my gosh, you heard what's happening? I'm like, yeah, I've been mad every day of my life. So, like I said, I challenge everybody to speak up, to be loud, to be proud of who you are, but also to protect other people, and to keep educating yourselves, because ultimately that's what's going to get us out of this, is educating yourselves and educating others about what's happening. So, thank you all. Woo! And now I want Gavin coming up.
Don't tell on me. It's just going. All right, how you guys doing? Y'all seem a little tired. Okay, so the craziest thing about this is that like I can't see anybody's faces, so I'm just gonna assume everybody's learning. But I just need to let y'all know I'm about to get real. And if it hurts your feelings, I love you, but it means you're changing and you're with me and you're riding with us. So everything I say is my experience, but there's also gonna be some stuff we need to really look at within our community also. So Brenda said it best. It's not our job to educate you. And one of the crazy things is that like Black people and Mexican people and anybody of color, it's not our job to educate you. Now check me out. Some of us have parents that will, some of us will do it on our own. But it's not everybody else's job. And you need to understand that if you have information and you know something that I might not know, you have a responsibility to tell me if you know and you're trying to show me. So if you think about it, we don't learn about anything that happens between Black and Mexican communities in our school. I want you to think, why is that? They want to oppress us. Do you think it's coincidence that the system is set up so that Black people are fighting and then Mexican people are fighting? Do you guys think that's a coincidence? Crowd participation's encouraged. Do you think it's a coincidence? Okay, so I'm gonna totally flip it, take it to another level. Some people don't want to talk about white, and you know what? It's not all race, but you know what? It's a system. Am I right or am I wrong? Right. So here's the thing, I'm humble. I don't mind being wrong, because that's how you learn. So some people out there that have the privilege and some people that have the tools, you need to go ahead and humble yourselves. And you need to humble your friends in those situations and teach them. And be clear, I'm not above learning either. You can teach me. So one of the greatest blessings I had was actually linking up with these guys, with Enrique and Brenda, and sitting down with his father, and he schooled me on some knowledge that I wasn't really sure about. And then when I found out what he was saying, how real it was, I got even more mad about what our schools are doing. So check it out. I'm gonna just paraphrase it because I don't have all the history, but I remember the important parts. At one point, slaves would go to Mexico and Mexican people would protect us. Did you know that? Black people went to Mexico and they protected us. Am I right or am I wrong? So who knew that? Ask yourself why you don't know that. I can't give you the year, but I'm sure it's out there. But ask yourself, how come you don't know that? And how come they're not teaching that in your school? How come our kids aren't learning this? How come you don't know this as an adult? What are they hiding that we don't know about? Why can't you tell us? See, if you keep people divided, they can't come together and outthink you and outwork you and outplay you. So if you don't want people to rise above an oppressor, what are they gonna do? You're gonna stand in the way and play defense. Well, guess what? We got the ball now. We're not playing defense, we're scoring. And it's time for our communities and our cultures to ride together. You need to ride together at school, at work, businesses, wherever, but y'all need to ride together. If you see your coworker getting dogged out, yeah, you do have a responsibility to be like, nah, man, I'm gonna stand with you, especially if it's a race issue. Because you know what? We'll stand with you. When we start kicking down the doors at ICE, guess what? We're standing with you. Just like you guys are standing with us. Did I get my point across? Cool. I'm gonna add a couple more things just because we're short on speakers. Is that cool? Are you guys good with that? Yeah. I highly doubt anybody would say no anyway. Okay, so do you guys know what redlining is? Yes. Y'all know what redlining is? Yes. Hold on. Okay, So everybody knows how to use Google, right? And this isn't to sound condescending, but I'm gonna keep tying stuff together. Everybody knows how to use Google, right? Well, guess what? The facts work both ways. Whether you're backing up oppression and holding the community down, or rising and helping them get up. It works both ways. You can Google information and find out what's true. And when you find out things you're not being taught or you don't know, you have a responsibility to bring it to people. So use your resources. So I'm gonna give y'all a definition because they love to jump on Google. They love to jump on Facebook. They love to jump on everywhere but the CDC. And they love to give us facts about black, wasn't even trying. They love to give us the black on black crime. They can all give us the stat and the time and the date and everything about black on black this, right? And it's Bible, and it stands no matter what. Check this out. Here's what redlining is. Refuse a loan or insurance to someone because they live in an area deemed to be a poor financial risk. Now, let me ask you something. How many of our kids live on the other side of this track or are getting redlined right now? Yeah. So basically what redlining is you take a red line, and you draw it across, and basically you keep those people in poverty. That's the simplest way I can explain it. You don't get the same economic status, you don't get the same financial opportunities, your finances are what guide you. That's what, it's a tool. Money is a tool. But guess what? They don't give everybody access to money. And they do that by redlining. So with that, they're drawing a line, and because your last name might be different than, I don't know, what's the most common white name? I'm gonna Google that. So if you take, I'm bringing it all together for you. So you have Smith, Hernandez, and Hamilton. I lucked out because my last name is Hamilton and it's mad white. My whole name is white, and I was like, I love it. I said, dang, my parents really threw that. I said, they was onto something. So they gave me the whitest name ever. That's cool though, I'm not mad at it. I'm grateful for that. But check it out. If you put Smith and Hernandez on a Harvard application, or a CEO position, or a grant, scholarship, housing, if you put those two names on the application, Hernandez is already down 1-0, and they haven't even been able to mispronounce his first name yet. Did you ever think about that? Answer out loud. Then I'm rocking with y'all. So you can get lucky, but guess what? My name is Gavin Lee Hamilton, whitest name ever. I'd be lucking out on applications, and I know that if they saw this versus that paper, no matter how professional, how experienced, how educated I am, I'm not gonna get the fair shot. And guess what? Usually me and Hernandez grow up on the same side. So they redline both of us. And now Smith gets the job, and he gets to go ahead and provide a legacy for his family, and they get to make that money. So it's important that we start teaching our kids that. And the only way we can start overcoming this is by really putting it out there. And guess what? It's the stuff they don't want you to know that they don't tell you. Everything east and north of Greeley, for the most part, is redline. And if it's not, prove me wrong. I'm humble. The black and brown communities gotta come together. And it's by knowing something as small as y'all were helping protect us during our times of need. We have to do the same thing. And I promise you, we're gonna rise up with you guys too. We didn't forget about ICE. We didn't forget about them putting kids in, like, that's wild. We didn't forget about walls. We didn't forget about none of those struggles. They're not talking about Vanessa. They don't talk about Brianna. They killed Elijah for no reason. It's easy for them to hang it up and move forward. And you need to remember that as far as police systems, all these people over here, They can easily take one of those cops they fired in Aurora and won't charge for murder and put that murder in our backyard. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not wanting that. So with that said, we have to come together, fight for each other, keep doing what's right. Thank you, guys. Next up, we're going to host Leslie.
Hello. Okay, y'all could probably tell I'm not the greatest at talking, but that's very obvious. This is my first time talking, and well, honestly, I'm very nervous, but I came up here to hold our people accountable. We know our education system has failed us. They didn't teach us our histories, and they never will. They don't understand that it is important to know that if we have a population of people in this country, that we have to teach them why they are important just as white people. It's tough to hear, I know. Because we make up this country. Immigrants are important, Black people are important, Latinx people are important, trans people are important, but it's not being taught in our education system. So, with that, knowing that, I wasn't taught that in high school. I wasn't taught why being brown was important, or why my ancestors did what they did in this country, or when they came into this country. Next thing is important. Prejudice is taught. In our education system, if we don't teach brown and Black people why they are important, they will never really truly know. They have to learn that for themselves, and is that really what we want? Is that really what we need from our education system? We need more from them and we demand more, but they are not listening. So, children, this is facts and some research that I have done in Australia. There was research done on children and if they could differentiate between people of color and white people. They can't. Obviously, the whole argument about I can't see color, please, tell that to someone else. Stop lying. They see it, but it's their authorities, the people around them, who have to teach them the differences, not the bad ones, because stereotypes are made from biases of other people. Stereotype lift and stereotype threat exist. Brown and Black people, and children especially, are told every day that they will never be better than a white child. Imagine that, growing up that you will never believe, or you will never do better in the education system. You will never succeed in this education system because you are brown or Black. Think about that. That one teacher that told you that your name is Hernandez, Hernandez, it makes you less intelligent. And statistically, Asian children are not told that. That is why they perform better in our education system and tests, which is great, right? Great for them. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. This also goes for women and men. The SAT and ACT did a research study between how well women did if they were asked their gender before or after the test. When students took the test and they had to place what their gender was before the test, it gave a stereotype lift to men. When they were asked about their gender after, there was a stereotype lift for women. They know this. The SATs, the ACTs, who predict how and what schools we're going to get into, said to the education system, we will not put the gender question behind the test because we do not want to take away from our white men. Plain and simple. Think about that. So I ask you here today, for our future generations, what will you do to teach our kids about what is the differences? Why are we different? What makes us important and beautiful in our own ways? That's it. That's all I have to say. We are all important and beautiful, and we need to hold each other accountable and teach our children, because they are the future. Thank you. I'd like to pass it off to the beautiful Madison. walk in, I'm the only black woman there. And my professor makes it a point to tell everyone that I am the only black woman standing there. So that is my first day of class. I go through a week of class, and I sit in the back, and I mind my business, and I find my Latinx woman in the corner, and that's who I sit with because that is where I'm comfortable. And we go on in class, and I notice that there is a divide. I see the way she talks about us. I hear the way that she makes certain remarks when she goes into our history, as if our history is just something that passed along to the side. But it's about what white women did and how they were just so glorious, they brought everybody up with them. And then I realized that she was lying to them. I was listening to this woman talk about other people's histories if it didn't matter. She was telling lies about what black women did and did not do, how Latinx women weren't really important because they weren't speaking English when it came to feminism processes. How dare you tell people to educate their own people they cannot speak the language that they grew up with. So I went to her boss, who happens to be her best friend, and they both had tenure. So she gets a slap on the wrist, and I am told to keep quiet during class and to bring my issues with her to her after class so that I don't disrupt everybody. So then we start talking about black women and what they did for feminism. And it was brought up that black women had a hard time agreeing with what feminism should be because of how white women supported white men during lynchings and just discrimination in general. And I'll never forget, there was a girl sitting in front of the class, and she said, well, lynching is hard work, right, for white men. So it makes sense that white women would make accessory groups, because who's gonna take care of their men? As a woman, you take care of your man, right? And the room went silent, and my teacher just laughed. Silence of 30 seconds of her just like wholeheartedly laughing, and I don't think I've ever felt more disrespected, I felt like I was nothing sitting in that classroom. And then more people started to join in laughing. So I got up to leave, and I was told that I was a disruption. So after class, she goes, I don't appreciate how you disrupted my class, and I would like all of us to have a meeting. To where I took it to Title IX, I went to the CWGE, I had meetings with board members, I had meetings with those that were over that school, and every white man told me, it's not that serious. It's a joke. Women need to learn to take jokes. So as a woman standing here, who's normally the only black woman in her class, please use your voice, because the fact that I did not get anywhere with it, I learned about my system. So there's a system that's like, oh, we appreciate you guys, we're a number to them. I'm gonna be honest, I've learned this the hard way, 4 years of college, even now with getting a job after college, you are a number, you are a demographic, and we have to break that barrier. Because I was scared to speak up, and when I did speak up, I still failed. But I found other people along the way that have also failed. She's been teaching the same class for 10 years. She still teaches it. She still teaches the same content. It's the same staff members. Nothing has changed. She got sabbatical for a year, which is basically paid leave for her to write a book about the class of feminism that she's teaching. She's published. I've seen the book. It's on Amazon. That is the world we live in. So normally I don't speak at protests because I feel like as a black woman, nobody really wants to listen to what I have to say. I'm the last person they come to. But when Josh asked me to speak, I realized that now that I'm done with college, I'm okay to speak on it because I'm still to this day fighting UNC about it. She's still a professor, she's still getting paid. I was not allowed to drop the class. I was told if I dropped the class that I would fail out and that I wasn't going to graduate on time. Like, these are things that we have to endure. I had to get up every day. I had to go to that classroom. I had to sit and hear her lie about my history. I had to listen to her tell me that I could not use my voice. And so now that I'm out of that system, I feel like it's very important for all of us as women, especially women of color. We don't have voice. And we need to empower people because at some point we have to build one. Because it's never been given to us and it's never been given to us.
I just want to personally say I appreciate Madison so much. We just had a class this past semester together. It was the psychology of black masculinity. And she doesn't know this, but I told her a little bit, but she taught me so much, just within the things that she would say as a black woman, seeing the world from a black woman's perspective, because obviously, growing up as a black man in a system of misogyny, you don't see a lot of things from a black woman's perspective. And even growing up, I didn't have a lot of black women, like historical figures that I looked up to. And I realized that a lot of the black historical figures that I looked up to were men. So I appreciate her, and I want you to know that I do hear your voice and I do stand with you, because this is an intelligent black woman right there, Like, that's why I want her here to do it, so we can all get that perspective. Because Because when I was able to get her perspective and a lot of other women in my class, like it really changed my outlook on a lot of things as a black man. But today I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. First, I'm gonna give a poem. So let me go ahead and pull that out here really quick. It's not as hard as Harvey's was, but where you at? He's somewhere. He was up there. Oh, you right there. Yeah, it's not as hard as his, but you know, it's something. I just want to be a man, sometimes without the black first, because I know this black scares many and has put many of my people in a black hearse. They never told us that black was beautiful, so for too long we saw this dark skin as a black curse. But if you want some true insight, just pay attention to this black verse. When you stare, tell me what you truly see. Do you recognize the excellence, or do you just see the same thing that they perpetuate on the TV? And I don't mean right now as I speak. No, I mean as if you pass by me in the streets, will you be fearful? Because in your mind, there's a narrative that black people, we all must keep. This just in. They lynched another one of my people, and I can't sleep. Body count on the rise, piling up in a heap. If I don't fight for this, I go out as a coward, and spineless as the pigs that police black bodies, boy, you see through. Got the weapon on your hip, but you got the nerve to label my blackness as lethal. And God, if we were all created, the same in the eyes of heaven, then why the hell am I not equal? Communities being met with unjust killings and beatings at the hands of an aggressive police system, and they got the nerve to talk about some black on black crime. Well, my mama told me it ain't never been nothing for them to kill a black body since the beginning of time. Like I said, listen closely, and you'll understand a lot from this black rhyme. I was once told by a wise woman, baby, they do it because they jealous that your skin's so dark and it still glows. She called that black shine. That wise woman, she smelled like cocoa butter and castor oil and love. She said, they started this fight a long time ago, but you're going to be the one to end this war. She gave me all the strength I needed at a time I didn't even want to fight no more. So, I'm going to just tell y'all this. Y'all better be scared, because I got a lot of fight left in me. And it ain't never going to die. Because I'll be damned if I see my mama cry. That's just that poem. It just basically, I wrote that out of a lot of emotion, you know, and anger, out of a lot of the things that have been going on within this city. I know a lot of you guys know within the city how they've been treating, you know, all the protests, how they've been treating a lot of things that have arose within this nation, the type of things that they've said, the type of thing that council members have said, and also within UNC within itself, the things that they do. You know, Madison's story, that's not the only time that UNC has neglected black students. You know, there was a situation a while back, it was first semester, and some students came to me and they told me, you know, they were in a criminal justice class, and they told me that they were the only black students in that class, and they told me that their teacher told them to take off your hoods because you look like thugs. Now, first we gotta break that down, and we gotta understand what that really means, because Trayvon Martin was killed because he looked like a thug. They just took Elijah McClain's life because he looked like a thug, because those same microaggressions that they always have of us, they perpetuate that, and a lot of times we lose our life because of it. And that's what this teacher said. And she still has her job because she's also a tenured professor. And let me tell you a little bit of what her consequence was. So to my knowledge, what her consequence was that she had a reprimand on her record. That doesn't really do much at all. And then also she has to write a paper. So basically, they gave her the consequence that she has is the things that we all have to do. Because how many we've compromised students, how many of y'all in here have to write papers? You know what I'm saying? Like, she has to, like, that's her consequence. Her consequence is that she has to write a paper. She has to do the same things that we always do. So that just shows the neglect that UNC has for its black students. And a lot of times they think that they're omitted from the conversation, because if you look at what previously happened at CSU, how they had students doing blackface, UNC tried to act as if they weren't the same. But if your students can be dehumanized in class and called a thug, and that's why we're fighting the fight that we're fighting today, then how are you not? And also, so I just have a list of a few things I want to touch on, just because I lose my train of thought a lot of times. But I also wanted to, when we're talking about this police system, a lot of times we got to understand what this really means, because a lot of people don't understand what we say when we mean defund and deconstruct the police system. First off, let me tell you this: how many of you in here feel protected and served by the police? White people, y'all should be raising your hands. Not to call y'all out, but you should. Because truth be told, it was meant to protect and serve you. If you know anything about the history of the American police system, it was created in the early 1700s, right? Okay, so it started off as what they called slave patrol and plantation police, okay? So I've been told by a council member at Greeley that's not how the police system started, that it started to uphold the law. But we have to realize and understand that at one point in time, wasn't slavery the law? Slavery was their economic system. Slavery was their law. Slavery was what they fought so hard to protect. Like the 4th of July just passed, right? How many of y'all know why the Revolutionary War was truly fought? Just a few, because in school they like to tell us that it was fought because of taxes on tea. I don't know, that's crazy. I'm not fighting for taxes on tea. Like, I'm not going to send people out to a war to fight for taxes on tea. That's crazy. At least in my perspective, I'm not going to do that. But if we really look into these things, the Revolutionary War was fought because in 1772, British and Great Britain, they outlawed slavery. So being British colonies, you have to follow that law, right? So basically, let me just give you my little depiction of it. Britain said, hey y'all, that slavery stuff, that ain't really cool no more, we gonna drop that. But then they was like, well, I mean, y'all can drop that over there, but we're going to do this over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, we love this slavery stuff. That's basically what they said. And because they're under that law and that rule, that's why they wanted their independence from that. So, truth be told, the holiday that a lot of people just celebrated, it wasn't celebrated for the white man's independence. This holiday didn't come about because of the white man's independence. It came about to keep the black man in chains. It came about to keep black people in chains. But these are the things that we have within our system that we still celebrate to this day, that we still glorify to this day. And a lot of people don't get that. And just going back to the police system, it's like, if the police system was created to, a lot of people say that this police system is a broken system. I don't believe it's broken. I believe it's doing exactly what it was meant to do. Like I said, it was created in it was created in the early 1700s to police black bodies, to oppress and kill and dehumanize black bodies. Now it's doing the exact same thing. And it's doing it to both of our communities, to the black and the brown community. As I mentioned before, a lot of times we like to sit and we like to fight about whose oppression is worse. And that's exactly what they want us to do. It's a little saying called divide and conquer. Because if you can break people up, they do it with black people. They break people up. And then they fight against themselves while they sitting over there playing puppet master. And if you don't believe me, look at the Black Panthers, because I love the Black Panthers. And if a lot of people don't know why the Black Panthers failed, because of divide and conquer, the co-intelligence program. And a lot of people also don't know about the Black Panthers and the Brown Berets. Like I said, if we look through history, we'll understand this stuff. We'll understand why it's a significant thing and why it's so scary, for them that when we team up. Because what I like to tell people is what somebody fears, they will seek to destroy. So how many, just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we stop thinking, this was a black and white fight or a brown and white fight, and we team together, and it's marginalized versus an oppressor. We all got one common oppressor, but we sitting up here fighting, talking about, nah, bro, my oppressor work. You know what that's like? That's like this. That's like me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, we both get a butt whooping. We sit up, bro, my butt whooping was worse, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what that's like. We sitting there fighting over an oppression. But if we team up, then we can beat that oppression. We can conquer that oppression. Because for too long, like I said in the poem, it was, I forget her name, because I met her one time. But she was the most wonderful lady in the world. Most wonderful lady in the world. And I met her after church. And she came up to me and she told me these things. She told me a lot of different things. I'm not gonna say it, but like I said, you know, these things that she told me, it opened up my eyes to so much. Because we have one common enemy. We have one common oppressor. So, you know, just with that being said, I feel like this is what this is for. This is what we're here for. One, let's not forget, we're here to call an action of justice for Elijah McClain, because that happened in our own backyard. I'm from Aurora. Raise your hand here if you're from the Aurora, Denver area. A few of us is from there. That's about an hour away. That's literally our own backyard. And you see how the numbers have dwindled. How many of you guys came to like the first few protests? You see how the numbers have dwindled like tremendously because people get tired. People get tired of fighting that fight, and that's why we still are where we at. People get so complacent. People sit and think, hey, that's just the way it's always gonna be, man. But why? You know what I'm saying? If we fight against that, that happened in our own backyards. There was a council member who can sit up and talk about black on black crime. First off, let me tell you that black on black crime is not a real thing. So if you think that's a real thing, like, let me remove that out your head quick. Because 85% of white people who are killed by white people. So when do we talk about white on white crime? When they like to say black people are violent people. Well, let me put it into layman's term for you. So if a child is constantly beat, correct? If a child is constantly beat unjustly, you know, it's two things. It's constantly happening and it's unjustly happening. That child will begin, because I want to be a psychologist, so you know I study these things. That child will begin to believe that violence is the only way to solve conflict with people, right? So, as I said in the poem, if you have communities that are constantly met with unjust killings, unjust beatings, that community will begin to believe that violence is the only way to solve conflict. But then they put that back on us. I want y'all to research between the 70s and the 90s, look up the LAPD system. Look up LAPD, one of the most corrupt police departments there is. Most corrupt police departments there is. And now it's just stemming out to other places. They have what they call paramilitary training. Who knows what that is? Paramilitary training is what a lot of police officers go through. And it desensitizes police officers, so that way when they get out into the field, they ain't got no problem treating me wrong. Why they got a problem treating me wrong? I'm black. They already don't like me, and they've been desensitized. They ain't got no problem with it. These are these systems that we need to deconstruct and defund. But a lot of times when you talk about it, people think, man, why are we gonna take away the police? So people can just run rampant? Well, let me tell you this. The police system is the only legal street gang. Because that's what they do. They running rampant, they killing us. So we gotta look, I challenge everybody to look into these things. Really dig deep into this stuff. Because the same America, hold on, let me tell you, my lips getting dry, y'all. Because the same America that will tell us these things is the same America that labeled the Black Panther Party 1 year after its construction in 1966. They will label them a terrorist group, but they just now in 2020 labeled the KKK a terrorist group. Isn't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Like, the same America that tells us these things, that feeds us these things, everywhere you go, that's the same America that will label people as that. So that's what I want to challenge y'all to do. I want to challenge, because as some of my colleagues said, they said, it's not our job to educate y'all, and it's really not. Truth be told, it's really not. And I'm definitely not going to educate somebody at the expense of my suffering and my people's suffering. Why should I have to educate you at that expense? Why should I have to educate you when you offend a black person? Why should I have to educate you when you offend a brown person? Why should we have to educate you? Because you don't want to do it for yourself, especially a professor, right? I would think that professors, like these professors have doctorates, tenured professors. I would think that they would have some type of education. I would think that that a professor would have some type of common sense to not sit up and call a black student in their class a thug. Because like I said, that's the same thing that gets us killed. That's the same fight we out here fighting. And I challenge y'all to don't stop fighting. Because like I said, these numbers dwindle because people get complacent. People truly want to be a part of a movement. People truly want to be a part of a moment, but this can't be a moment, it can't be a movement, it has to be a revolution. And it has to be for the people and by the people. Simple as that. So we can't keep letting them sit up and play puppet master with us. We gotta rise up, and this is where it starts. So for a lot of us out here who feel as if, we can't do something or I want my voice to be heard some more, come holler at me afterwards, because we can talk. Because like I said, it's not something that can just stop here. And it starts right here in our own community. The community of Greeley. Like I said, I'm not from here, I'm from Aurora, but I mean, I'm in this community as a time being. I'm a college student up here. So this is the community that I'm gonna fight for. This is the community that I'm gonna represent. But I'm gonna need y'all to do the same with me. Simple as that. So what we finna do now, I see a lot of y'all brought y'all signs and stuff. I like the beautiful signs. We finna march our happy bunch right out here to 47. You know what I'm saying? And we finna make our voices heard. We finna fight. And we not finna stop fighting. So that's what we finna be on, y'all. So let's go.
Hello. Okay, one last little announcement. So right now, at the very moment, people are protesting and striking at the Switch meat packaging plant. The same will go on tomorrow at 5:15 in the morning for their shifts. So we'll have a community. At Ellen Grove Park, 5:15 in the morning, they're protesting for the Switch meat packaging.
She's still teaching the class.
We gonna make our voices heard, right? Yeah. Let's get it.
You did that in the Army? Yeah, me too. Hopefully the signal's gonna stay good out here. We'll find out, won't we? Hang on a second, guys. Alright, we'll put you in a carry position. Hopefully it'll stay good. Temperature's dropped already out here, by the way. It's no longer 99 degrees. It's currently 93 degrees. So it's dropped. This group can march fast. Bunch of young ones, I guess. I don't know where we're marching to. Well, at least we got a march now. I don't know where we're marching to. We might go to Fort Collins though. Good chance of us going to Fort Collins. Fort Collins is right down the road from here, not too far. So I might have to go and see about bailing them out. All right. The other guys are making calls between each other to see if they're going to come up. We're going to go to Fort Collins or not. No idea where they're heading. We're going this way. Now we're going up the other side of the street, it appears. stayed up there and just recorded from up there. They're just gonna march down the road and back up. No destination. Greeley is now monitoring. Looks like 303 and Freedom are being let go with trespass warnings. A peking bird? What? There you go. For resisting, yeah. The keeping bird for resisting. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Looks like we're just gonna march up and down the block here, though, which means I can set up over here in a bit and just stand there recording them from down the street. Alright, I didn't get to watch them guys getting arrested or anything. Of course, if they're letting 303 go, they shouldn't be keeping Bird, because if they were both under arrest and put into cuffs, then you know, it doesn't make any sense that all of a sudden he's not under arrest. So yeah, 303 got trespassed, but if they both got put into cuffs, they would have had to been under arrest. But if 303 ain't under arrest, then neither should have been Bird, which shouldn't have been resisting arrest. Does that make any sense, guys?
You guys, if you feel the need to use as your government, feel free to call the kids. You guys all thought it. Okay,
There's Greeley hiding out right there. Yeah, I'm gonna stand. There's Greeley sitting right there. They are obviously keeping an eye on it now. But I'm gonna go set up right over there, because they're gonna go up to that other light and then come back down the other side. So I don't believe they're going anywhere past this park. But Greeley is watching. I'm gonna go across the street and set up my tripod. I don't need to keep walking to have coverage. I just saw a flash. I wonder if that was probably just a camera from one of the guys.
Thank you everybody for calling. You guys are all amazing.
Alright. Let me get my tripod set up here. Because they're going to go down to that light and come down back around this ways again, from what it looks like. Now that I know their path, I don't have to go anywhere. Right? Not unless the cops show up and want to mess with them. And we know where the cop is. At least one of them. He's right there. I'm watching 303's swing. You just got a middle finger? Alright. You're number one, right? How you doing, middle finger? So we're monitoring what's going on up there in Fort Collins. It's not very far from here up to Fort Collins, so. I wonder how many laps they're going to make.
Release the bird from the cage. Free the bird. Check clear on public property.
303 and Freedom Bird got detained. 303 was let loose. trespass warning. They're keeping bird for resisting. I guess resisting a detainment is a thing now.
So, yeah, we were on easement, guys. On the property.
It's like they're gonna street race. Guarantee they will. Guarantee they're gonna do some street racing. Hey, look! I predicted it right. Here they come back. Now we can just sit here and wait for them to come back. He backed up and up and up. Oh. Yeah. Sunset time.
Cop actually pulled the taser, and Bird dared him to taser, and he started jogging away. It was hilarious.
So there'll be a little bit of time getting down here. In the meantime, we'll watch the sunset some.
Taser from that distance could have been a good problem is it messed with
Yep, Wendy. Look, he moved. He's trying to hide. So he's gonna hide behind that pine tree. I probably tricked him because I didn't keep moving. He might have thought that the protesters were right here around the corner. Yeah, they all think they're sneaky. This fat ass is too fat to be hiding behind that skinny pine tree, though. Alright, I'm cutting out of his screen. So 303 is okay, but Bird's in the cage. Look, here they come. I'll move off the sidewalk here. I am hiding behind the pole. About as well as the guy over there hiding behind the pine tree. Oh, they're going back into the park now. That's it. One round. One round. Well, these guys are needing more exercise than that. One round on the street. That's it. I didn't even have to get off the sidewalk. So they broke into 3 groups, it looks like. More or less. Definitely reminds me of days in the army. Yeah, Wendy, pretty much. Mr. Slick over there. Wow, man, it feels nice and cool over here. Like there's water nearby here, and the air's coming off of it. Is there a lake nearby here or something? Where there's water, a lot of water? Because I feel this nice, cool air coming at me. It's like air conditioning. I mean, severe drop in temperature. Sprinkler heads will be going on soon, could be. But there's cool air coming from somewhere right here. And it feels like air conditioned. It's like, damn. Maybe it was coming from that hole right there, which leads to something. So all the air is coming out of that, probably. Any bets that there's a cop on the other side over there where you park, running every single license plate? Actually, that cool air is coming from somewhere over this ways. It wasn't from that hole. Must be a lake nearby.
Bye.
That's a wrap for this one.
Oh yeah, shout out DJ. Birthday parties, he do weddings, he do what else he do, DJ? He do everything. DJ do everything. Also, everybody, please follow the Black and Brown Alliance on Instagram. That's very connected with Black and Brown Alliance. I'm not gonna stop off, but I really just Black and Brown Alliance. That's what we're doing.
Also, shout out to Colorado Supply Protest because they hooked y'all up with waters. Shout out to them. Go follow them if y'all have an event. Hit them up. Maybe I'll hit y'all with some stuff.
Because intricate part, everybody's an intricate part. That's what I tell people. Every single piece, it's all the puzzle pieces that come together.
Yeah.
So like I told y'all, man, please be safe. Please let's pick up after ourselves. My mom always told me you don't go to nobody else's house and mess up, and you definitely don't go to your own house. So let's make sure that this community and this park stays clean, and y'all all get home safe and please. All right, y'all be blessed.
And they do it together intel as well. I don't think you need to worry about anything exciting here, Eddie. Yeah, Peter Woods. They walked over there on the street one time and came back, and they're calling it quits. I guess none of them watched the Denver protests. So. I bet there's a cop there on the street.
Oh my God, can't be
Okay, Wendy. A lot of people are walking off over there to that parking lot over there. There's a bunch of parking up this side on the street right here. That's where I parked. It's up there on that street. One by the Winchell Donuts. Oh, that'll make them mad. They can't get their donuts then. If you block that intersection, they can't get their donuts. Yeah, Wendy. should turn on the scanner and see what they're saying. The bathroom's open here. Leave you guys out here on the table and go use this bathroom real quick if it's open. Nope, it ain't open. Bathroom's locked. Unlike locked public bathrooms, right? Is there what? Actually more white? No, actually there's more color than white. A lot of Hispanic. Are always locked unless you paid for a permit. Oh, I see how it is. You gotta have a permit to use the bathrooms here. That's messed up. Yep. Pretty much, huh? Pretty much. By the hour, huh? Wow. What do they think this is? A hotel? A no-tell motel by the hour? You pay extra, they'll turn on the electric for you. I don't know what they were powering the PA system with, but I don't know if they were plugged in on it. It's possible that they were plugged in on the electric here.
Yeah, do you not? Yeah, I do. Or you can email me, but that's better for me.
I was hoping they were going to do a protest in Greenwood Village today. Apparently not, though. Oh, danger, swift water. Is this the water that's cooling us all down? Might be. Oh, there's the lake right there. pond, not a lake. It's a pond. But the cool air would be coming from this and that pond, mostly this. Can't even put in a sidewalk over here. Oh, alright guys. Let me unhook from the rig here the battery. We're on the camera, the other one. There we go. Yeah, I probably will do some cop watching. I don't know if it's going to be up here though. See what we got on the scanner. If anything. Yeah, they could have them scared. I would bet that Greeley had out their riot gear laid out in the backs of their vehicles all ready to put on. What do you guys think? Got the AC blasting to cool down here. Although it was cooling off out there, it's a lot quicker with the AC in here. See what the current temperature is now. Yeah, it's already down to 88. So we've already dropped 11 degrees since we first started streaming. It's just going to keep dropping now. Which is good. It was damn hot.
What's he doing? We want the insurance. That's for good. 97.
Perfect, 987.
And then the mosquitoes arrive. Huh. Yeah, I can believe that. This mosquito should already be out. So you got 2 seasons up here in Greeley. Winter and mosquito season, right? Phone ain't charging. What's up with that? Oh, the battery turned itself off, I think. We're down to 80%. Now it's charging. Okay. Probably shut down because of the heat for the charging. I think there's a cheap gas station up here too. Check the gas prices up here. $2.19 at 2603 8th Avenue and 26th Street. So that's clear back down towards downtown. And 26th Street is right behind me. No, right in front of me. Does 26 go through, Wendy? If I go up here to 26 and take a left.
987 dispatch. RP called back, he found us though.
Well, it's 214 or 219 at the everyday. Try Evans and see what it says. Let's see if it's cheaper. Sam's Club's $230. Sinclair's $235, $242. Yeah, it's cheaper in town in Greeley this time. With the Sam's Club at $230, that's 11 cents higher. 11 cents higher than the other one. Picking up a lot of static on here today. What the hell?
Waiting for pairing.
Oh, it's unplugged. It unplugged. Oh, I'm getting static is because there's a station up here that's on the same thing. Stinker is where you would go. Let me try again on Greeley. It's saying the everyday at 2603 8th Avenue and 26th Street in Greeley at 219. Guess we'll go down the street and find out. Does 26 go across? Let me see here. No, it doesn't.
This person's gonna be the butler.
Garden City by the dispensary. Is that what you're telling me? That's where I'm heading? 34? Well, that's behind me. This is 23rd and it's an angle one. It'll get me over to the other one.
Transport 22 dispatch.
422.
Man, that sounds terrible.
Hey, this was trying to reach you.
Yeah, we might have to head north anyway to the next main street. So all that just zigzags around. So that's what we'll do. Disregard. Okay, you're disregarded, buddy. Oh, actually, we're going probably the wrong way for 34th. Yeah, we are. I'm backwards. Damn streets. It's alright, we'll take like 20th over.
Top in at suspicious 3305 Blue Grass Circle. Dispatch 7460, you can send that to me. Copy, it's starting in Greeley, initially at 2305 Aston Avenue, that's where they're at for contact. Our beautiful park Buffalo Child is the Grand Blue Grass Circle. Copy, attention.
110th Street, please physical with these.
You know what?
428.
Am I turned around completely? No, I'm not.
428.
26th and 8th Street, I said?
426.
That's still to
arrived
the...
in a red Honda for Hyundai sedan, no weapons, unknown DK or narcotics, brake force along with your traffic.
You can clear me off of the last one there.
8th Avenue or 8th Street? Oh, man. It's always got me backwards in here. 8th Avenue, which is going to be ahead of us. And, yeah, it should be to the right of us when we get down here.
The disturbance parties are going to be near the red box at the store.
The red box, where they at? King Supers?
426.
Getting a lot of bleed over from the radio station that's up here somewhere. Where what? Yeah, where's Sal? Yeah. Avenue's gonna be in Garden City area. Yeah, I'm at 35th Avenue and 20th Street. Yeah, yeah. There's a King Supers right over here too. I didn't know there was one here.
Where does that status?
The war zone, I've been doing the co-ops mostly, grinding up levels. I got a bunch more levels to grind up yet. Co-ops are easier to get the experience on, as long as you make it through. No, they're too high at the King Super. Is much higher. Good fishing spot. Think anything that you're going to catch in town is going to be what, bass, stripers? I guess you could have some walleye, like that one you caught.
Dispatch 466. Are we able to get to the place that the parties came in? That they replaced? Still attached?
Saying this doesn't go through.
Sounds like they're actively fighting still. One female is holding the other female pretty down. They don't have the plate yet.
Here's 23rd here. Okay. Take a right at 23rd, go to 26, or go straight through. Just go straight through, at least for a little bit. This will take me around the 23rd, I think, from what it looks like.
30.3.
30.3.
On the property call.
Sort of take me there. Wow.
Go ahead.
Nora Queen 663. Come back to record.
I copy.
Okay.
This'll get me there.
Dispatch professional, traffic.
Our view now advising this is possibly involving shoplifting. No, I don't have any further.
Copy. 471 your location.
Ocean 35 and 10.
This comes up to Reservoir Road right here. Go check on your house. I'm sure it's still standing. Now this is 20th Street instead of Reservoir. Okay. Back on 20th.
Dispatch 458.
158.
Kids watching it. Yeah.
Copy 2058.
Greeley 469, 429 to back. Copy on a disturbance 3750 24th Street, Unit 8.
465.
The disturbance.
429. It's going to be unit number 8, Gateway Place Apartment. Male there who caused confrontation, breaking glass bottles against the building, assaulted multiple people. It does mention a possible gun involved.
Uh-oh.
469.
Where was that?
429. Copy. Suspect will be Hispanic male, backpack, a dark t-shirt, jeans, white shoes, wandering around the front of building 8, the building to the right of that one, screaming at the neighbors, unknown drugs or alcohol involved.
Where was that at, guys?
469.
Wendy?
You asked the RP why they think it was a gun.
2059.
Yeah, why do they
429,
possibly
copy.
think that there's a gun?
2059.
To get them there quicker, maybe? And they said 27th Avenue and what? Yeah, we could do a watch. Figure out where it's at. Here's 8th. (27th and something, 27th Avenue, but I don't know whereabouts. I'm thinking it might be towards this direction. Towards Evans.
469 and other units responding to the disturbance. RP heard neighbors say that he possibly had a gun on him. Never actually saw a gun.
Never actually saw a gun. Okay.
2100.
All right, 249 at this mobile.
Fortunate.
But 4 more blocks up here in Garden City,
2101.
apparently, is where we're heading.
2101.
200. Same traffic.
Which side of the road is it on?
2101.
For the gas station. We can stop for gas real quick.
Good.
Dispatch crew. 426.
600 426.
Sam, the test major
I can swing back for the gas. West side of the road? Okay. Did you catch the address for the disturbance? Is this it right here? This looks like it might be it. Yeah, that looks like it. 219, sure enough. I can live with 219. Alright, what's the address you gave me? 24th. I thought it was 27th Avenue that they said. Alright, let me grab some gas real quick and then we'll head to it. Alright. All right. 3750.
Waiting for powering. Paired.
All right, did we figure it out?
Dispatch 145, both units on scene.
Copy.
All right, well, where am I heading to? I'm heading west, I know that. How far west am I heading? 24th or 27th?
Headquarters 56.
37th Avenue and 24th Street. 37th Avenue, okay. Quickest way there.
It will be on the south side.
I'm heading west already. What's the quickest way? Go north from here a little ways? Or what? Head east the way I... What? I'm heading west.
No unit.
We're going to 37th Avenue.
He does have a
Hey.
bat as well.
I assume we're going to 37th Avenue.
Have RP advised Calvin for suicidal.
Please stand by one.
Sport West.
Who do you want to do it?
It always lags the chat.
No, 425 and 426. No mention of means. And just to confirm, it's the RP that has the bat.
Reporting party has a bat. Oh man.
425, okay. From prior call,
Alright. Coming up on 17th Street or 17th Avenue.
Description had a crowbar and was going around the building.
Contact.
21 in.
Alright. Come down here to 27th Street and take a right, it looks like, or 28th.
6th Street in Meade. Just let me know we'll be there if we need for assistance this time.
Let's try this one at 20. This one will kind of get me across a little ways. Jesus, these roads. I need a through road.
We're still southbound across Highway 34.
Somebody's messaging and I don't know who. Oh. Okay.
And dispatch, can you advise Evans we're going to be entering their city here just for a second?
Man, that guy needs reflectors and a light on that bicycle. My God. Couldn't even see him hardly.
Dispatch 182.
182.
Send medical that way too, please.
Copy. We do have medical stage. We have let CSP and Larimer County know. Continue for a 46-year-old male, conscious and breathing. He is not violent and he does not have a weapon. He is going to be in the southbound lanes at this time. RP, correction call taker, can hear the cars go by. Unknown how the RP got onto the highway.
Copy that. Advise medical of all that. If he's non-violent and doesn't have a weapon, and they're there, they can respond in before me. Fleeing and all.
2111.
Left lane, let's turn left. I don't want to turn left, I don't think.
132.
Okay, coming up on 25th Avenue. And we're on 27th Street. This ain't looking like.
Good.
Just to let you know, we do have a trooper en route from Highway 392 and 287. Also have a sergeant en route from Highway 392 and Westgate.
Copy. I believe they're both going to be quite a bit closer than.
Copy 2113.
Back on Reservoir Road.
Behind traffic. 469.
Which
We're in the driveway of 4040.
takes me down to Highway 34. Damn. This shit's zigzagging through here.
2113.
Alright, let's try to the stop sign and taking a right instead.
Okay. He's just sitting in the car right now. I have my approach. Copy.
By the time we make it there, geez. I see 35th up ahead. Right turns matter. Take a right. We're getting close.
Ongoing reefer throughout the night.
I think a left up here at 25th Street. That sound right? Because we're on 35th Avenue right now. I think I'm getting there.
402. Medical care.
Left turns matter, yeah.
Hey, for 444.
Well, I don't know if I should have gone up to 24th or not.
Have
Okay,
the dog loose
Kate
and
Carter.
vicious and killed the RP's dog today.
Killed the dog.
Copy. It is
What?
going to be a German Shepherd mix, and it is in the neighbor's yard at this time.
Uh-oh. Well, if it's in the neighbor's yard, there ain't gonna be much of a complaint there that they can do anything about. Let's put it that way.
85 southbound and Will County Road 394, the bridge over the Platte River. I think a baby deer stuck on the bridge in traffic, not injured.
Oh, no.
It was standing in the left lane of traffic.
Baby deer out in traffic. Alright, now we're screwed. I think this is it.
Kind of 426 dispatch. Hey, firm. Parties on 426 wanted to be run or both. 282, well, 182, just be advised, RP's saying have you guys pull over next to the blue sign. He is in between the posts sitting down.
We might be close.
Copy. Did medical advise that they were still going to stay?
Yep, that's it right there.
At this time, I'll let you know.
All right, let me find some place to park here.
Copy that.
2113.
Parking lot's reserved. Well, hopefully we won't be too long. All right, guys. And your reservations parking out.
Yeah, attachment to an area watch repair space. No need for checks.
2118. 182 dispatch. Per our dispatchers so far, they are going to continue to stage.
No?
2118. We got another caller in saying that she just hit the deer just north of Will County Road 394 on Highway 85 near the bridge. She is now parked at Will County Road 394 in a gray Honda Pilot with her hazards on.
Turning that down.
2118.
Should be good, Dave. Dead spot, yeah. A lot of Greeleys that way.
County and see if you want to switch from that other PA. Oh, what time?
Don't even see the cop car out here. Disturbance. I don't even see the Greeley's police car out here. Anywhere.
Fighting order system.
I think they're bringing medical.
2121.
I'm amazed I found them this quick pulling in here. Usually I can't find them in these big apartment places.
Good.
And we got some cooler.
It does look like law is for correction. Medical is going to respond in there's still 15 out. Wyoming is sending a trooper unknown ETA, and CSP is going to be on Max 7. Talk to you guys.
15 minutes for medical.
Still 30 to 40 up.
That's if they're coming for this one. I think they are.
Well, 516. Show me on scene. Code 4 available by phone. No need. 2152.
Wonder which one had the baseball bat. I don't see, unless that car down there is a police car. I don't see See a police car out here. Just stumbled into them coming in. Here comes the fire department now. They're gonna light up the area real well. Now they're gonna block the way. Bam! That's one bright. Gotta move to get a view again. This guy's working to block my view. He's literally looking at me, looking to block it. Yeah. Let's go around this ways a little bit. This fire truck guy's pissing me off. He's intentionally pulling forward. Ambulance is here. Let's go this side. I'm not going to worry about it too much. He needs a light up here, more than likely, anyway. Let me wipe my lens, though. There we go. Less glare. Not much less glare, but less glare. I can't leave now anyway. I'm blocked in. You never knew why? Because you never know what you need. And that fire truck's got a lot of gear on it. Yep. Fire and rescue. That's a fact. They got a lot of gear on there. So, plus you got more people that can do something, like if they got to pick somebody up or, you know, whatever. person happens to weigh 500 pounds and it takes 8 firemen to do it, you know, that's what firemen do. Here comes another Greeley officer. Finally see a police car. There's many times when my neighbors called to get him stuck. You could say he's in a wheelchair and he's been stuck in his own house before. And the fire department had to come out and rescue him. In the bathroom and stuff, he gets it caught into the post thing. We lost everybody. No, same stream. We should be back. I can see what you're saying now. Yeah. When this guy here pulled up, it started buffering really bad. So the ambulance left. And just so you know, I'm static recording with my other camera right next to the other one, right in front of it. Could be, Wendy, I don't know. So if it keeps buffering like that, I'll just upload the static recording on the other camera. Which I'll probably upload anyway. Oh, it's me. It's definitely me here for the buffering. Still got his lights on. Let's blind everybody. So we got two groups here. This group in front of you and that group over there. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Greeley officers, maybe 5. I don't know yet. Oh yeah, fifth one was behind me. So he's walking off. Hopefully it'll stop buffering. Yeah, they're not used to it. It's alright though. At a static record. Yeah, we're back. For the moment. I'm static recording at the same time, guys. Loading it. Of course, I didn't start static recording until, you know, I started having a big buffer problem. Yeah, their car must be clear down there. So we got 1, 2, 3 officers still here. And who knows? Getting good at holding 2 phones at once, though. With one hand, with 2 fingers. Alright, he's pulling up. Another guy with the badge. Jesus. This looks like a security guard, though. The security guard's gonna get in the middle of it. That's funny. Mr. Security Guard. Yeah, a lot of buffering out here, guys. It's Greeley. It's Greeley. It's like they're all done. It's like everybody's leaving, getting out of here. I think. Yeah, scanner is quiet. The guy involved might not even be the guy, any of these guys that were out here. It might have just been the victim guys. They might still be going that way to deal with this guy. And they might have cops over there. I don't know yet. Let's go find out. See, we might not even be at where the suspect's at. Those were all just the probably. Oh, they're out here looking for a weapon. Oh, big old puddle of water. Stepped right in it. So this is where he was throwing stuff apparently. They're out here looking for a weapon. See if he tossed it out. So, look, trash can. Obvious place. Why not look in it? Right? They're all searching for stuff that got dropped or whatever. Alright, let's check this one. Look like it's got much in there. I think they have them under arrest somewhere, guys. I don't know where though. Probably in the back of one of these vehicles. Not a dang thing I can do about the buffer spots out here in Greeley. I think they're giving up. So we got 3 units still here. 4 units. There's another one down there. So one of them's probably got the guy in the back of their vehicle, more than likely. Yeah, he's in that right there. I'm searching him right now. There he is. So they had him in cuffs before we even got here. These guys are going to be up all night too. So they had this guy in handcuffs before I even got here, and then that vehicle wasn't even there, so they were down that ways with the vehicle, and then they brought the vehicle up here. Looks like they're all out of here. Call's over with now. 1 person arrested. They went searching for their weapons and stuff, if he dropped any weapon, and didn't find anything. That doesn't mean he didn't drop anything. It's just that way. So we'll be out of here in a few seconds. Got to get my phone cooled off. This poor signal has got me, that's got me buffering, and everything's heating up my phone trying to get a better signal. So it's heating it up even more than when I was out there at the park. So that's the way it is. And they're done. Done deal. Alright, I'm going to stop my static recording. Alright, static recording's done. Let's get my phone cooled off. There was definitely some bad buffering spots.
Waiting for pairing. Paired.
Good. Paired. Oh, it killed on the scanner. The scanner got killed when probably started static recording. Alright, let's get you guys some air on this thing to cool it down. Sorry, you gotta look at the vent for a minute. Doesn't take long to cool it down. That should be cool enough. I'm amazed I drove into here and found them straight off. As big as this complex is.
We have a big that.
I got really lucky finding them straight out.
Just want to confirm you guys code 4, both no need.
Watching the back of the vehicle is still better than watching anything on TV. You mean the vent of the vehicle? The vent. $1 or $2.49 for gas over here. Quite a bit more over here on this side. Alright, this is Highway 34. We're gonna head towards Evans. Feels like Evans has got some action.
People now parked at 4th Street and 10th Avenue. People now parked at 4th Street and 10th Avenue. RP is contacting the vehicle.
Different country.
number 0150 and 93 is coming back clear valid, so checking on that.
Copy. So here, for that vehicle, should be 2006 XC9.
I think I lost the chat. No, I didn't lose the chat. Okay. Yeah, been back. Heading towards Evans, the way on the south end. Here. Let me see here. It's Denver South, 8th Avenue's left lane? What? Okay. Must be a right turn right here. Yep. Well, looks like Johnny 5-0's out there doing some cop watching. Oh man, those guys need some serious lights.
Here's my check, 150, very much.
Where's our dog?
I'm going to call 1048 something by phone.
You guys know where we're at, right?
Three seven. Copy 22-0.
Let's see if you got any.
8th Street, Turkey believes that the second how it's being burglarized. Suspect vehicle is left westbound. It's going to be a gray or black Dodge Ram pickup. Partial plate of 681 is going to be southbound on Railroad Avenue now.
Where the hell is that at? Railroad Avenue?
Copy.
Railroad
Want to go
Avenue.
Mount Company?
22.
Probably.
Early dispatch. Looks like the RP did contact the homeowner. They did advise them how much this was to be at risk.
Road PD North.
22.
Huh. I got a moment. Yeah, James Bond.
Well, 282 dispatch.
My chat's working, that's what matters. There we go.
Can I just show you advice of a traffic accident, unknown injury, mile marker 295, I-25 northbound. It was called by Larimer County. They're going to check it out now.
That's a ways away.
Dispatch 182, CSP's in after that. We can clear that off our board. I just talked to at 90.
Copy, well, 282, did you copy direct?
Different.
How's your far?
And dispatch 182, my radio's back working again. I'm far enough south.
Copy,
He
22
must have been up there by the border or some shit. By Wyoming border.
426, 444.
Copy, John 739, dispatch stop.
Go for it.
Copy, 411, 339, dispatch status. 339, I'm close by.
Fort Lupton, huh? Yeah. 249 for unleaded here at this gas station. So it's definitely pricier here in Evans than where it was up the street here.
460, dispatch.
I'm surprised they don't have somebody pulled over down here already. You know what I mean? That all I'd have to do is get out.
Online. She's advised me she wasn't able to get the answer. She was trying to call 123 on his work cell. Just confirm the 2277 number is a good number.
And even my Jeep's getting hot.
You can have her call first.
The temperatures dropped tremendously.
Dispatch 12158, area watch.
1158.
On scene Del Camino, please.
205.
There we go, the Jeep's cooler now. Just had to give it a little bit of RPM, get the water pump turning.
9459-470 dispatch status.
We'll go for it.
2 different.
Dispatch 470.
470.
You send in a loud music.
Loud music, oh man.
Copy, I'll get you a second. 478.
And that guy's got music.
2
At least music ain't blaring out of the gas station tonight. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we stick around up here?
5-6 headquarters status. Code 4, Central Academic on foot. 2208. Headquarters 34 traffic.
I still don't know my way around Greeley enough where I can tell how long it's going to take me to get to a place.
Block 8, Colorado 10, 198-2124, white Ford SUV on the road.
Got somebody right on 8th Avenue. That's just right up the street. Let's see if we can find them. We might be able to find them quick enough. I didn't catch the full address.
Still getting ready for the search stuff. Diligent 893, dispatch status. Copy.
Dispatch Logan 83.
Logan 883.
What are you showing on?
He's in service currently in Muskogee Lane, 200 blocks of Muskogee Lane.
He's good for it.
Thank you.
Valid to a Ford Explorer, 2013.
Okay, he clears the jail and the car over. Last name's going to be hyphenated. Wayne Union, Ida Lincoln, Ida Mary, Adam Charles Ocean, Isis Valdez, Victor Adam Lincoln, David Edward Zebra, First Edward Echo, Robert Edward Boyd, Edward Charles Adam, DOB 92487.
Recommended dispatch.
Eight three nine. Good. Hey, where you at?
Alright, we're on 8th right now. 8th Avenue. Just the main street, basically. See if we can find this guy.
Your party's coming back.
There he is,
clear
right
valid
there.
on adult license.
He's right there, right in front of us. Right on the left.
If you just like the call, they'll just off the vehicle, not having any lights on it.
Oh, is he pulling off? Yeah, they're leaving. Alright, it's over that quick.
I should advise of a welfare check 5731
Two cars for that.
for RP rather than sending suicidal text last for 2030, unknown if he's currently at his address on the phone.
So we made it here quick enough for the traffic stop, but the traffic stop was that quick where the guys cleared out. Well, that sucks. I mean, I'm sure the guy didn't even get a ticket, so that's a good thing, I guess. But we were only a couple minutes away from it.
4 contact 3.
Well, it looks like they might have reopened the bars over here. Some lady with a lit up hula hoop out here on the balcony.
Can you send me her information for my UNC contact stuff? And I will be paperwork into
Copy 26.
Street, number 7, auto restoration.
466,
472, please be commercial, burglar alarm, audible.
466, copy.
2015.
3-4.
If you stop with call, continue logging the call note that shows provided with a UNC warning card as well as my business card.
Copy.
Copy is going to be for a 78-year-old male. Looks like he is conscious and breathing, just not breathing normally and not completely alert.
Copy. So he is breathing. Is he with anyone else?
Affirm. Looks like the call taker didn't know that he was breathing. Do you want me to just show you advise and clear out the call? I'll show you the question advice. Can I?
We'll go down here by the meat plant.
2215.
I don't even remember how far down it is. It's not very far from here though. We're on 10th Street and 8th Avenue.
At the apartments at 260 East B Street. It's going to be Edward 81, not 681. Nobody's around the vehicle. I'm going to check the house to see if it looks like anybody's gained entrance. Dispatching 313 traffic. 10 block of Oakwood, Colorado 203. Please don't think it's there.
10 block of Oakland. What? No idea where that's at.
Call 2087-422 direct.
Go ahead.
I got a gray Dodge pickup truck in front of me with a temporary plate ending 611.
Oh. Uh-oh. They just found the suspect.
This witness says that they actually stayed here in this area, and he hasn't seen the vehicle come back towards 14 at all.
They found a suspect.
I copy.
They're not going to pull him over?
Non-emergency for a young girl with a wound. Be advised.
Solid copy, thank you.
You advise on send protocol? It's negative. Copy.
Alright, where'd my phone just drop to? There it is. Food truck looks very popular there.
Gray 1348, can you go to 3 please?
And there's their newspaper. I think the plants, meatpacking plants are off to my left somewhere. Not sure exactly where, I've never been to them. No doors on that Jeep. I remember being at this corner before.
I'll be clear, Tony.
Parked right on the corner.
2219.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any cops down here though.
And 326 status.
Cooper.
219.
Just went live with Free the Bird. I assume that he's outside of the police station. Maybe he's posted his bond.
Special Luckily 117, wanted oatmeal custody.
2220.
The car on the left should be our next traffic stop, right?
Okay, dispatcher. Thank you. 736.
Yeah, Preston Boulevard at E-25 Frontage Road 085 in Young David Reed on a whitish Toyota.
Whitish? Is that
458?
Man, same.
Just to let you know, it does look like the fire is still on.
Alright, where'd the lady with the hula hoop
Alright, and
go?
copy said they just rolled on scene.
Abram.
The copy, I think it.
Oh, don't see the lady with the hula hoop anymore. The light up hula hoop.
And dispatch 458.
458.
With fire on scene, can you just have them advise me if need to respond?
Copy, bye.
Back over 3-4.
3-4.
You can clear me off report writing. Show me at the station. Or have
2020.
I don't see him running a speed trap down here right now. But we know they are.
466,
We know they're working this area. Now we're already in the Garden City, I think.
City 504 dispatch. Dispatch status.
4.
Hey, Trevor.
Copy. I'll see you by phone.
Somebody choose fire. 160, this is 7.
160, code 4.
PG 24.
I don't remember which lane I need to be in. I think it's the left one.
April.
Yep.
Berkeley icon and transfer mail was needed, but his wife was getting raped and is getting ready to die. They gave and the location and then the call dropped. We have a specific contact and it was voicemail.
4 for data copy.
592 476 dispatch status. Okay.
Doesn't even look like Evans is out here working.
Looks like fires on that phone number is for Herrera. Looks like he calls back and yelling, showing phone number that's the call comment. He doesn't know why he calls during a girl yelling. These 2 meters of 12071. Old County Road 6. You're going to see the yelling to the Black River. Somebody's stalking her.
Alright, I think we're gonna head south. Come up here with more people and do static recording and know the streets. Somebody that knows the streets better. We've been going for 3 hours and 3.5 hours already.
This is the alley behind 137 7th Street for Silver Dooley, Silverado, like set down and 15 around the Earth Hotel. Just that's Class 8 northbound.
249 at that gas station. How much is the cheap one down here?
Copy, Union, just be advised that address is where they can stop us.
Okay,
Copy, please.
This was always the cheap one. And it's $235. So the one I stopped at was definitely the cheapest. Alright, we'll get out of town here, out of LaSalle area, and then I'll kill the stream. Head south.
Cut off at the beginning to repeat the first three.
Boy, Edward Queen, Frank, 83, Colorado Plate, Morning Explorer.
I hope they got that little baby deer off of this bridge.
Special 198.
I think it was this bridge that they was on.
I thought I could get out the same, but you can clear that last mistake.
Building into back further 990 on a welfare check, 5731 Skyline Avenue.
And this is LaSalle right here.
Happy to
So once we get to the other side, we don't see anything.
Any building units, check on East 313 on traffic, not answering status check. 10 level gas.
Dispatch number 420, I can start heading that way. Have you tried reaching him by phone?
We're calling him now, sir.
Dispatch Eaton 304, I'll be around.
Here for copy.
Even LaSalle's quiet.
Dispatch number 422, I'm going to go ahead and stand down 304. If you need additional, let me know.
Of course, LaSalle's pretty small.
Dispatch copy.
Can you tell me the next towing rotation for an operable Toyota?
249 for gas out down here.
It is calling, sending him a message.
219 was definitely a decent price. Alright, we're about out of LaSalle here. And we got 20 miles to Fort Lupton, 27 miles to Brighton. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream.
3117 dispatch.
We'll find something down south to go
Confirming location for tow. Your
record.
GPS is showing Shetland 3 and
someplace with better reception. Thank you guys for joining. And I do believe I'm going to be going out again tonight. Once I get home, I'm going to cook up some dinner, then head out again. Got some steaks waiting to be barbecued. And I'm hungry. So, we will catch you guys a little bit later this evening. Probably closer to midnight my time. An hour and a half, roughly. So, catch you then.